Hey guys, you've got the Oracle there back for round one of this Legacy Cube Draft event, and I'm quite happy because I just learned that I got my 10th subscriber for my channel, which is, not a lot at all, but it makes me happy. If you like my video, enjoy the content, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. It's great for me. And yep. Anyway, let's jump into those games. My hand is not the most appealing, but I think since I'm gonna play, I have 3 land and a remand. I'm just gonna keep, and if I can draw either red or blue, that'd be great. If I draw a mountain or any type of red mana on my next draw step, that'd be just amazing. Because then I can Pyromancer into either Electrolyze or Remand, and that's just very powerful start. The opponent seems to not be doing anything yet. Um, okay, let's go. Obviously, if I have mana issues and I cannot cast my spell, that's a bit annoying, but I guess don't really want to get Duress or Thoughtseize here. Hopefully I won't. What I was saying is that if I, miss on those land drops, if I keep drawing island or spell that I cannot cast, it's gonna be bad. Plane is, a bit worse than mountain, but quite good still. I'm happy that I'll be able to cast that Otuchai. And I'm okay. We are playing the black token deck. I'm just using Remand to, just dig more into my deck and you know, slow down the opponent. Exclude was nice. Uh, if I can keep countering things and drawing card, that's great. This card is quite important for my opponent deck, I think, because he's probably having synergies with that, so I'm fine excluding it. And we drew Kira, alright. Master of Wave be great with Venzer and Kira. And now we have the mountain, that's just amazing. Things are working well. Alright, so I think with those lands, I can actually cast any spell of my deck. So, that's good. Now I just need to not draw any other land, and I'll be happy. Um, hmm. Do I want to play the Pyromancer now? It's not the most mana efficient. I think I like playing Kira first. First, it's gonna protect my Pyromancer. Second, it's more efficient in terms of mana. So I think all in all it's just better. I could also keep Venzer to bounce their spell. Not sure that I gain a lot by doing that since I can Venzer pretty much at any time. So we have the Viserys here and the Nightvale Spectre, sure. As I drew another mountain, which is great because now... So, an option could be to attack with Kira, and if he blocks, I Pyromancer, Electrolyze both creature. I guess he's gonna scry. So I'm not gonna draw card actually. If he sacrifices both creature, my spell doesn't have any legal target, so it's probably not the best play. Think I will just play my Dragon Lord and start to attack and dig through my deck. And Dragon Lord with Kira backup is very well protected. I think that a mono black deck will have a hard time dealing with those things. He's probably packing some, Doomblade effect and such. But okay, Grey Merchant for 6. Well, it's a bit annoying, but I'd rather him doing that now than later on. So that's not, awful. And I guess I will start to attack with my Dragon Lord now. So it has X-proof, and if it's target, it's countered the first time, which is quite great. So I have to choose one. Actually, I've played against this card a lot, but I never played it extensively. Yeah, I definitely want Vanishing Light. I guess, yeah, but Fire and Ice are not too appealing. Sure. Now, what is the play? I kinda wanna bounce the Night Veil, so I don't get, you know, it just don't get the card advantage out of it. I could also play Pyromancer. Not sure that it does a lot. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna play that Pyromancer. And I might just take the damage from the Night Veil, honestly. And if it does nothing, I will bounce the Night Veil end of turn, and I will just keep my miscalculation open, waiting. Okay, got a FTK, alright. Well, now I'd rather make sure it doesn't get a mountain. Alright, as the opponent plays a messenger, which annoys me a decent amount. Now I think I kinda want to banishing light that thing and attack with my team. So I'm gonna let it resolve. I guess he can act. No, that was wrong. He can actually sacrifice it to the seer. I forgot about that. Uh, well, that means that I'm. What the thing I'm actually gonna do is dealing one here, so my spell doesn't fizzle even if he sacrifice. And I will get a token of the Pyromancer too, and now we cannot sack this if I try to banishing light it. So yeah, yeah, that seems like a fine play. Another option would have been to Venser the Messenger away. I'm not sure if it's good. He might just sacrifice Messenger here, but it's still gonna enter the battlefield tapped. As the opponent, most likely, I mean, he's definitely sacrificing the Seer to itself. Now, will he do something else? Not sure. I think he is probably, thinking about sacrificing the messenger or not. And he did sacrifice the messenger, alright. So I will go to 6 here. Not a lot. That mono black sacrifice deck is very good. If you have the good card like messenger, the sacrifice and everything, that's quite good. Alright. And now I guess I will, put him down to 20. As well as drawing a card. And yeah, okay, Face Feather is amazing. That's a great draw. So I guess thing is I don't really want to take 4 from that messenger, even though I will gain life off the Face Feather. So my play I think is gonna be to attack with everything but the elemental. And Face Feather the Night Veil Spectre. Another option could be to Vendilion Clique and Banishing Light. Definitely attacking with those. And I might draw something interesting off the Dragon Lord too. As I did get a Path to Exile, which I think in the current situation is more valuable than than a Geist of Think draft. And now, right, so I could also, now I can actually click Pass to Exile and yeah, click Pass to Exile and Miscalc. That seems quite good. Alright. I will click my opponent right there. Yup. See what he is up to. He or she is up to, I guess. And we have an Entreat the Angel that my opponent absolutely cannot cast, as well as X-Mage plus Dark Depths. Oh dear lord. Okay. That's interesting. I guess I'm taking the X-Mage. In theory I could deal with Dark Depths with my path, but I don't really want to do that. Entreat will not do anything before a fair amount of time. Yeah, I'm just taking the X-Mage away. Alright. And I guess if he ever tries to cast Entreat, I will most likely be able to miscalc that. As he played Dark Depths, pretty much what I expected here. And I will do the following blocks. Um, do I want to go to... Hmm. Do I mind taking 2? That's the question. Well, I think I would have more and more tokens, so I might as well preserve my life total. Yeah, that seems fine. And now I shall pass this Geralf, which I guess is gonna make my opponent closer to be able to cast um, a Entreat the Angel, but that's not too bad. Alright, I think I have a good shot at winning this game. Um, Actually, yeah, that's stupid. I just make a terrible misplay. I could have just killed my opponent, granted it did not draw anything. Damnation. Alright, well, then I'm fine with the block I made. Uh, yup, that was a good top deck on my opponent parts. Now I like my chances less. Alright. Hmm. I think I could have just not blocked the merchant and tried to kill my opponent on the next round because I had 10 damage there, 11 with the token. I guess since my opponent did Wrath, it ended up being better for me. But still, um, might have been better to do the other way. I kinda wanna keep the miscalculation for the Entry the Angel in case my opponent draws a plane. And we'll see how it goes. I have, Venser as an answer to Maritlag. Not too threatened about that, as well as to removal. Uh, so we'll see what the opponent does. Nothing yet, sure. And nothing, okay. Recruiter is very nice. I'm just gonna cast that. And I might just get a Geist of Syncraft, since it's probably the easiest way for me to kill my opponent. We'll see. Don't think that I have better targets than a Geist. Not sure why it's taking so much time. Alright. I have Snapcaster, I guess, which get me back. Exclude, Remand, Electrolyze, Pass to Exile. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna take Geist. That's the card that, kills my opponent the fastest. If my opponent managed to enter the Angel next turn because I tapped out, that's a bit annoying, but I'm not sure that miscalculation is gonna be that great against that card. And if you get a few Angel, I can just deal with them. I'm not sure. The thing is, I don't really want to wait too much because he could top deck things. So I kind of want to make this game as short as possible, which is why I play the guys now and I don't keep miscalculation open. Since I have a Venser, Banishing Light, and Face Feather, I think I should be able to deal with Angel Token if that were to happen. My opponent is most likely removing 2 counter from Dark Depths now, which I don't really care too much about. So we are playing a quite good um, mono black deck, and I guess my opponent is dead in 2 turns though. If he didn't, okay, sure. Um, Snapcaster is great. Um, I think I definitely want to deal with that thing. Not sure how. I could Snapcaster. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Snapcaster, Electrolyze, and keep the miscalc open. That should be good enough. So let's target electrolyze. Use it. No, use it here and here. Alright. Draw an island, which you know, it's fine. Don't really care too much about that. And I guess now I can attack for 7. And my opponent is dead next turn. And I have, you know, this miscalculation to counter a potential Entreat the Angel. Unless my opponent keeps 2 mana open, which is not extremely likely. And even if they manage to cast that, you know, I have like virtually 3 removal in hand, so I should be fine. I don't really see how my opponent is coming back in this game. 2 Angel doesn't save them. So there is that too, actually. Yeah, 2 Angel is not even enough, because if I attack with everything, they block my Geist Angel and the Geist and take 3. So I guess if they didn't draw land, 2 Angel is not gonna be enough. So, guess that should be the end of game 1. My opponent is taking a little bit of time to think about his play, not sure why, not sure how, not sure when. As he is entreating for 2, I could just not show him the miscalc. I will still show it, you know, to make more sure I do win. You know, if he wants to play around miscalc next game, that's fine. I can still cycle that thing. So I don't really mind showing him that. Even though it was dead without me countering that, unless he had a disfigure or something along those lines. And that's gonna be game 1. And that matchup is not gonna be extremely easy. I mean, I guess no matchups are extremely easy, but this might not go extremely well for me. I guess Arc Trail is good as a piece of removal, a way to deal with things like the Viscera Seer. That aside, I don't think I want to side in anything. Effects that remove from the game are great in this matchup, just because of, you know, graveyard effect and things like that. Things I don't really like, I'm unsure about that, honestly. Soulfire is good because my opponent is trying to drain me down, so having a bit of life gain is quite nice. Vendilion Click is not the best, actually. Actually, Master of Wave might just not be great because my opponent is most likely packing a fair amount of removal. But having an army of 1/1 is good. I guess they are playing Damnation though. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna cut that Master of Wave. That seems like the less important member of my deck. Yeah, okay, alright. And actually I'm realizing that I'm packing a good amount of removal, and that most of them, you know, are 2-for-1 if they have lot of death creature, you know, things like Electrolyze, Arc Trail, what else do I have? I have also Flametongue Kavu. I think my deck is quite well positioned against my opponent deck. So we'll see how it goes, but I like my chances. I also have a fairly low curve, which is good because a few drafts ago I played in a final against almost the same deck as we are playing now, Mono Black, Sacrifice, Devotion, and I was playing some sort of control deck with a curve a bit too high, and you know, the opponent would just be able to attack me with cheap creatures, 1/1, 2/2, 3-power creature of that sort, and I would end up the game, you know, I would end up being able to stabilize the game at around something between 6 and 10 life, and after just die to to the drain due to things like Blood Artist or Geralt's Messenger and such cards. So not the best. Here we have a tempting but not great hand. Currently I cannot cast anything, and I don't have any type of removal unless I draw more cards. Most of the time I would keep this hand, but I think since I know the matchup and I really want my red for my removal spell, and I'm on the draw, I think I'm gonna mulligan. I just don't like my hand too much. This is actually much better. I don't think I want an island though, but I have Miscalc, Snapcaster, Banishing Light, so I like that a fair amount. As the opponent plays a Swamp into nothing, great. Vendilion Clique, very good draw there. Basically the worst draws of my deck right now are red cards, because I cannot cast them. But that aside, I feel fine. Blood Artist is quite annoying. I might have to, just banishing like that thing. But as long as my opponent don't manage to, put creatures onto the battlefield, I should be fine. Now they play Viscera here. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, but not much I can do about that, honestly. Mountain is great. It means that I can pretty much now I can cast any spell of my deck except for Dragon Lord or Tujai, which is great. I've been quite lucky with those draw. Granted that my mana base is not extremely good. The thing is, those creatures are bad, but I almost wanna Banishing Light just because they are so annoying. But I think I will just wait on that and keep my Banishing Light for later on and try to trap Viscera here with my Venter in a few turns. And if the opponent just doesn't play anything because he's fearing counterspell, I'm fine using Vendilion Clique on his end step and start to beat down with it. I'm definitely miscalculating that though, that's for sure. I absolutely don't want that to enter the battlefield. Yep, that's clearly getting miscalc, and now I can officially cast any spell of my deck, which is always a good news. I guess I don't want to draw too many more lands. The question now is I could keep Snapcaster Venser up. Snapcaster Miscalc up. But I think what I want to do is actually to Venser the Blood Artist and try to block that Viscera here. Even if my opponent has a removal, that's a fairly good play in terms of tempo, because I will basically trade less mana because they will have to cast that back, and they sacrifice it. They sacrifice the Seer first to get the Scry. So we got the Seer, which is great because that thing might seem bad, but in my opponent deck it is fairly annoying and hard to deal with. Hopefully they don't play something too threatening this turn. Vindicate my Mountain is annoying, but mostly beatable. And Blood Artist, if there's nothing else on the battlefield, is not gonna do anything. So there is that. And now I have Snapcaster Miscalc as well as Vendilion Clique up, and I will start to beat down with my creature. So that I like my spot. The Vindicate is annoying. It was quite aggressive from my opponent. Okay, Phyrexian Arena is bad. I will have to Banishing Light that thing. But yep, I mean, not much I can do or say about that. This is just how it is. Guess I'm gonna use Vendilion Clique on them now. Probably only removing things that are really threatening. They might have a removal in hand, that would not surprise me. And they do not have removal. Alright. Alright. So Karmic Guide gets back. Okay. That's a bit annoying. Don't really want to face either. Thing is, Elspeth pretty much died to click, but could make token, which are gonna be... I think Elspeth is just more threatening overall. Not too sure about that. Both cards are a bit annoying. I guess Elspeth is just better in the end. So now I guess I could either... Okay, Remand is amazing, because now it means I can freely Banishing Light that arena and keeping a counterspell up if they want to play Karmic Guide next turn. So that is just perfect. Excellent draw, and I'll be able to, you know, Snapcaster Remand later on, which is much better than Snapcaster Miscalculation. So that was probably one of the best draw I could have made, if not the actual best draw. And I'm attacking for 5 each turn, so that's quite good. That's quite good. Pressuring my opponent a fair amount. Definitely removing the arena here, as I will attack. I'm not F6ing because they might have drawn a removal, in which case I might want to do something. It's not extremely likely, but it might happen. And for what is that? I don't understand that play at all. Why would you do that? I mean, if they have double black, I could understand, because there is the Malicious Affliction card, in which case I could understand them wanting a creature to die, because of Morbid, I think, of the Malicious Affliction. But here, I don't really get that. They are not really threatened, and this thing is very annoying and good for my opponent deck, so that was weird. Don't really get it. Arc Trail is not the best right now since I cannot cast it, but whatever, you know, I'm in a very good spot here with my Remand Snapcaster thing going on. So I guess it is time to attack with both. And next turn, if he plays a plane and try to cast the Karmic Guide, I'd rather play Snapcaster Miscalc than Remand. Actually, I think. I'm not sure. Okay, they just conceded. I guess my opponent was having mana issues, but the thing is, mono black deck is very strong. But if you are playing mono black deck with a bit of double white, I don't think that's the best idea. But you know, I cannot, I cannot, you know, judge my opponent on their mana base because mine is not too great. Anyway, those were very good draw. Things went well. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you did, and see you guys for round 2.